This client is unhappy with Palantir and dropped a negative review of 3 stars out of 5 for Foundry. So what's the problem? This review was dropped by the head of a group of an IT services company of more than $30 billion, I think, in revenues. And this client is a client with Foundry since 2020. So up to when the review was done in April, you can see it here. 3 years has passed, so this client can actually say something meaningful. So we are a 90-year-old company with more than 100,000 employees that runs more than 1,000 disparate systems. Palantir Foundry can collect data from any existing systems without modifying those. If the price model is much more clear, they will dominate the core systems of all large enterprise companies. So wait, it doesn't seem so negative. Let's go deeper. The client also says, Foundry has also all the necessary functions to process and integrate data to the ontology. Once the ontology is ready, you can create any business application and also be able to analyze and create AI models by using the ontology. The project speed became 5 times faster than using other multiple tools. But hey, actually this is a great review. So again, what's the problem? This is the problem. The price model is not clear. And this is something probably Palantir will always have to deal until it will have to deal with FDs, because when Palantir sells a solution, they sell the output. They don't literally sell the platform. They want basically the clients to use the platform to unlock business value in the beginning stages with the help of the FDs, forward deployment engineers. But this is a negative point that is strictly connected to the sales dynamic and not on the product dynamic, as someone is very skeptical on, someone like Chris Patel. Why did you purchase this product or service? So the idea was to drive revenue growth, enhance decision-making, improve supplier and partner relationships. So in aggregate, improve the business. But what were the key factors that drove your decision towards Palantir Foundry and not another solution? Product functionality and performance. So again, it seems that the product works well, but the dynamic in sales was not fully clear and the client was not happy with that. When making the choice, the client also evaluated other solutions like Microsoft, SAP, SAS, Kulik, Informatica, this weird name, Google, Talent, Alteryx, AWS, and Denodo. This is a company that has been using Foundry company-wide since 2020, and it took less than 6 months to deploy. Quite good that at least is below the 6 months to deploy. And this is a Japanese company. Let's watch another review. Again, 3 stars. Tools that enable truly valuable data utilization. Also here the title is actually quite positive. Why 3 stars? The product is good, but the vendor deal is difficult. The vendor deal is difficult. This guy wrote worse than Arny. What do you like the most about the product or service? Speed. What do you dislike about the product or service? Consultative support. It would be nice to know better what this guy meant. Is that related to the FDs, the pricing? I don't fully grasp that, but unfortunately there is no more detail on this. Let's move to a 4-star review. Foundry, from within the implementation process. My first exposure to Foundry was after a number of use cases where the completion are in flight. I found the forward deployment engineers to be very knowledgeable and quite surprised at their ability to absorb and understand complex business concepts. The ramp up from initial training and implementing changes was very fast, and behind every corner of the discovery of what Foundry could do was pleasantly surprising. Whoa! This is a platform, and as such, any implementation must be guided to be complementary to both Foundry and your business. Very nice. This is again, no, this is not again, this is a very small company, $50 to $100 million in size in energy and utility. What do you like about this product? There are so many things, but what you dislike about the product, and here rather than pricing, it is more technical details like a lack of versioning of the ontology, technical depth, implemented documentation. Okay, use cases wrap up without a complete transition to support documentation. Artifacts provided doesn't seem to follow a clear structure. Okay, this is a problem that could arise from the fact that the documentation is very early. The documentation is one of the least problems, so solvable. And this is a client from Australia. Another review. 4-star, a state-of-art data integration platform. This is another big company, $10 to $30 billion in size, in insurance, from Switzerland. So probably these guys are from Swiss Re. Palantir Foundry provides state-of-art data integration capabilities with defense-level security mechanism. Data lineage and security markings provides unpaired features for those that seek fine-grained policies on data access. There is something they didn't like about the service and support, clearly here, because they got 2 stars out of 5. They got 5 stars in integration and deployment, 4 stars in product capabilities, and in evaluation and contracting. So quite different from the first one we saw. What do you like the most about the product? Data lineage, security markings, transparent layers that empower non-technical users to perform trivial, simple transformation on big data. What do you dislike the most about the product? Boom! Seems scary. Opaque assignment of Palantirians as FDEs. Palantir provides FDEs with 0.5 granularity. What this means, I have no idea. If you know, please let me know in the comments below. Without mapping to a single person any point. So this is more an organizational thing, maybe because there is not really a leader in the FDE's team. I can't hardly judge this. Very poor documentation, so this is similar to what the other guys said, but still solvable. And here is a very interesting segment. Foundry has currently no mechanism to evaluate how efficient is cloud usage being toward the customer. Example, single pane of glass view with what's potential being wasteful toward the resources and estimated price per build. And I would say, yes, this is a problem until now. This review was sent in April 20, but Palantir just these days released, thank you Lord Grimm, Foundry for Cloud Cost Management that seeks exactly to help client understand and better manage the cloud cost. So good job, Palantir. What were the key factors that drove your decisions? Strong service expertise, product roadmap and future vision, product functionality and performance, pre-existing relationships. Nice. What other vendors did you consider? Microsoft, AWS, Google. So quite nice this review. 4 stars again. And let's make one step back and see the overall reviews for Palantir Foundry. 5.6 stars out of 58 ratings. And the distribution of this rating is basically no 1 star, neither 2 stars. We have some 3 stars that we analyzed together before. And the other stars are 4 star and 5 stars. In terms of customer experience, there is a little bit of lag in evaluation and contracting. That confirms the fact that Palantir may not excel right now in terms of selling the product, but the integration and deployment is actually quite strong with 4.7 and services support 4.5, which is good. But here is the most interesting thing. Product capabilities 4.7. So actually, it seems that clients are happy with the product. Here, there are overall experiences with Foundry, and the critical review is what we saw before, 3 stars, but was basically for the pricing. There is another dislike, the price model is not clear, and okay, this seems the biggest worry of the customer. Here we have a nice breakdown of the distribution of these clients, and we can see here that 45% of the clients that dropped a review are actually very big clients with more than $10 billion in size, that I think revenue. And 30% almost clients from 1 billion to 10 billion, so still relatively big clients, and the other quite small. These clients mainly come from manufacturing, 24%, and energy and utilities, 16%, and then we have finance, healthcare, and biotech. What's interesting here is that the distribution actually is getting quite skewed now towards North America, which a couple of years ago was very little in terms of commercial sales. We had previously the government, which was almost all US based, with a tiny percentage from international. And on the other side, we had the commercial, which was very Europe focused, with Airbus, Merck, BP having the most of the revenues, with US commercial being still very little, but it is increasing fast, and this is actually confirming what Karp said, that he's seeing an uptick in demand from US commercial, with 47% of reviews coming from North America, then 30% from Europe, Middle East, Africa, and 22% from Asia Pacific. Here we have some summaries of the reviews that we just said. It's harder to compare Foundry with any other product on the market. Foundry enabled Clip, first in industry clinical cognitive intelligence platform. Foundry solves problems. Palantir Foundry, even more than a complete data management platform. Powerful platform, many things to explore. Highly capable end-to-end data solution if you go all in. Jump out of a box data platform vehicle instead of building up your own. It can do more than you think. I think here it was it can do more than you think. Delivering value from the start. User-friendly data platform with great support. Palantir Foundry best-in-class product and support significantly improves the efficiency of the team. But do you know what's even better than seeing these positive reviews from the product side? We have 58 reviews up to now. The fact that when I got shared this link from Gartner, thank you Jason Vance, the reviews were 32. You can see it here from this tab that I kept open, otherwise Gartner would have kicked my access out. So in just very few days, the reviews went from 32 to 58. The ranking was exactly the same, 4.5, 4.6, which is a ranking that compares very well actually with Alteryx, 4.5, AWS, 4.2, Microsoft, 4.4. So still our review is not the holy grail, but I would say quite significant piece of information. Hope this video actually help us understand, hey, but what actually clients are saying from the product, because ultimately we saw that there were some negative comments on the sales side, and it seems that also in the relationship with the clients, Palantir is still not really good at pleasing the client, also with the pricing, in particular with the clearness of the price. But on the other hand, clients are actually very happy with the product. What do you think? Is the product sucking, or it is a solvable sales problem that Karp and team can actually solve? and can drive further growth in the future? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you, and see you in the next one. Ciao!